ويفضل البي sir.
You are stealing from the family of every remaining student in this school.
ويفضل البي.
And will never be allowed to study here again, or any school in this district.
Mr. Fessy.
Collect your things and go!
I had hoped to use the knowledge I'd learned to build a windmill for the village to transport water. Now that hope was gone. The family could no longer afford food, so my father had to use my school tuition to exchange for some grain. My frustration poured out along with the torrential rain. The rainwater gathered into a flood that swallowed the farmland. My father braved the storm, desperately digging ditches to drain the water, but there was no way to clear it all. As soon as the rain stopped, scorching sunlight followed. Months of relentless heat withered the corn seedlings, leaving the entire village in despair, staring at the parched fields. I resolved to try one more time. I searched repeatedly through the junkyard for old parts and finally found a battery. If I could keep the battery charged and connect it to a water pump, I could draw groundwater to irrigate the fields. But I hadn't yet learned about generating electricity. I went to the science teacher and pressed him about why the lights on his car lit up when the wheels turned. The teacher only explained it was the principle of a DC generator. He didn't know the specifics of how to build one. I went to the library and, guided by the teacher, found a book titled Energy Utilization. Still, many parts confused me. I wanted to ask the science teacher for help, but he had become involved with my sister. Now all he wanted was to run away with her. My sister refused him, to change our desperate situation. I had to find my sister and tell her about my windmill plan, asking for her help. But what I didn't expect was that the next day, my sister was gone. She left only a letter to help me borrow a generator. She had agreed to run away with the teacher. Looking at the generator on the table, my heart filled with guilt. I immediately gathered my friends and began experimenting. We baked the blades, stripped copper wires, and assembled the circuits. Soon, a crude windmill stood before us. Pushing open the door, the wind swept in. As the windmill turned, clear sound came through the radio. But to pump water, this small windmill wasn't enough. To build a larger one, I'd have to take apart my father's prized bicycle. Summoning my courage, I showed my invention to my father and asked to dismantle the bicycle to complete the windmill, but he couldn't accept it. In his anger, he smashed my windmill. The scorching sun baked the earth, famine spread, and new graves appeared throughout the town. My mother finally unleashed her long-and suppressed anger at my father. He finally understood that fate wasn't a gift from heaven. Only effort and change could overcome suffering. Seeing the determination in my eyes, my father let go of his stubbornness. The rift between us vanished amid the sound of dismantling the bicycle. My father swung an axe to cut supports for the windmill. Villagers gathered to help, gradually building a massive frame. We lowered the water pipe deep into the well. Under the breathless gaze of everyone, I connected the last wire and untied the tierceur, securing the blades. When the strong wind rushed in, the windmill finally turned. The villagers began digging channels, eagerly awaiting the arrival of water.